Hi, my name is Phil Walton, and this is a beginning video on how to play the guitar. The first thing we're going to do is learn some vocabulary so that we can communicate better about the guitar. The first thing is this. Parts of the guitar: you have the pegs, you have the bridge, you have the saddle, you have the pick guard, the sound hole, the strings, the neck, the fretboard, which is the top of the neck, tuning keys, and the nut. This piece here is a capo, and we'll talk about that more in some later lessons. The next thing I want to talk about is how to hold the guitar. See this piece, this bend here on an acoustic guitar fits very nicely on your right leg if you're a right-handed guitarist. And then you put your right arm over the top and so that your fingers will come over the sound hole. Your left hand, for purposes of chord notation, the thumb is 0, the index is 1, the middle is 2, the ring is 3, and the pinky is 4. We take the thumb and put it behind the neck and use it like a vise to put pressure on the other fingers to pull the strings down to get a clean sound. You don't want your arm to rest on your left leg. Not your arm, not your elbow, not anything. You want it to hang loosely. See where my wrist is straight below the neck. It's not pulled back. Because if you pull it back, you're going to pull the fingers into the other strings, not just the ones you want them to be pushing down on. The next thing we're going to talk about is the three first chords that we're going to learn. The first is the G. Now, the way I'd like for you to learn it is this way, where you take your ring finger and put it on the E string. The strings are E, A, D, G, B, and high E. So you take your ring finger and put it on the low E on the 3rd fret, your middle finger and put it on the A string on the 2nd fret, and your pinky on the high E on the bottom, on the high E on the 3rd fret. Now, you may have noticed just earlier that I was playing the G this way because this is how I learned it. If you want to play it that way, that's okay too. It's just a little harder to get back and forth from the C when you're first learning. But if you want to play it that way, it is the middle finger on the E on the 3rd fret, the index finger on the A on the 2nd fret, and the ring finger on the high E on the 3rd fret. A little bit easier to get all the strings clean because the pinky is kind of a weak finger. But this next chord, the C, it'll be obvious that going from G to C will be easier if you learn the G the first way I showed you. Ring finger on the A, 3rd fret, middle finger on the D, 2nd fret, first index finger on the B, 1st fret. Primarily play the bottom 5, but if you hit all 6, it's fine. It's not a problem. D then is your index finger on the G on the 2nd fret, your middle finger on the high E on the 2nd fret, and your ring finger on the B on the 3rd fret. And you primarily play the bottom 4, but you can play the bottom 5. If you hit all 6, it's okay, but it doesn't sound quite as good. All right, so we have G, C, and D. Work on those, playing them one string at a time until you can get a clean sound at every string. That'll take a little while because you need to get the calluses built up on your fingers so that you can press hard enough to get a clean sound. You're also building muscle memory in your hand on where to place your fingers. I don't have to look when I play now. Because it's all about muscle memory. People ask me sometimes if I can teach them to play guitar, and most of the time now I try to say, no, but I will show you how You have to teach yourself through practice. Thank you for watching today. When you get the chords starting to make good, clean sounds, go to my channel to Red River Valley. It's a old folk song, and I strum it the way a beginner would strum it, taking time for the changes. So that's a good place to start and to learn how to strum and what the strums are. So Red River Valley. Also, Amazing Grace is on there. Amazing Grace is in 3/4, which is a little bit different. A lot of our music is in 4/4. I'll tell you more about what that means in a later lesson. But start with Red River Valley, and then if you're just wanting a different song, try Amazing Grace and play along with me. I'll try to get some more songs on soon. Have a great day.